Attention in the pits. All racers, report to the staging lanes. The show's about to start.
I think the crank's going to be able to be welded.
Good evening, everybody.
What happened, everybody?
Hello, everybody.
We got the full gang tonight.
Yes,
Camera's
we
right
do.
there.
Okay, cool.
He's got it switched around.
Well, so I broke a monitor. I forgot the monitor at camp. So now we're on a TV with just basically one monitor right now.
I'll watch on my phone to get.
Cool. Well, hey, tonight what we're going to do is we found the smoking gun on our engine explosion. And
Well, at least I know what sound.
it wasn't my son over-revving the engine. Actually, the engine looked like it could have used more RPM from what we've seen looking at bearings and stuff. And so what happened is some of you guys know and some of you don't, but the ones that do know, you know that I max ported my ram air forehead. And when I did that, I filled them up with epoxy. And what ended up happening was on the cylinder that... I need one more, please. On the cylinder that lost the connecting rod, it hydraulicked. And you cannot compress fluid. So what happened is that thing, that's why it shot the connecting rod out of the engine, through the oil pan,
At Mach Jesus speed.
into the frame, and penetrated the frame, and is still lodged there. We still haven't got it out.
Nope.
I think it's going to take torches to get out, honestly.
That is just freaking amazing to me. But anyway, because of the way that everything occurred, we are so fortunate that all it did, it screwed up the crank and screwed up two connecting rods.
And that's
but
it.
But the crank's going to be able to be welded. The engine block is...
Got a little nick on the bottom of the cylinder wall.
yeah, I mean, nothing bad. I mean, clean up with a die grinder, and we can hone it and put it back together.
Yep.
So we dodged a huge bullet,
Yep.
is what happened. But it wasn't because the rod bolt broke. I mean, ultimately, the rod bolts broke, and it wasn't because the connecting rod broke. Ultimately, the connecting rod did break, but it was because of the stress that it was under. And for all the guys that think that Eagle connecting rods are junk, they are not. That rod actually, if you think about the abuse that it took with this engine, 7,200 RPM trying to compress water in the cylinder, there's not a connecting rod on this planet that I know of that is going to survive that. Nope. So we were very, very fortunate it didn't split a cylinder. I have hard block in the block, so that helps. We are very fortunate that the piston or the connecting rod broke where it did, and it actually broke the rod bolts.
Yep.
I don't know why it busted the rod bolts, but it did, and it literally shot the rod out of the engine like a bullet.
Yep.
I mean, that's just crazy.
Yep. And very, very fast and like very sudden. It wasn't like...
Well, you know what's so freaky to me is that, you said that you did your burnout.
Yep.
And it started to stumble and it stalled.
Yep.
Well, it probably was getting water in the cylinder at that time.
Right.
Okay. But I watched the exhaust on the car, and it did not have any smoke coming out of it.
No, and I had it up to 4,000 RPM. It did not smoke.
No.
So at the time between him waiting for the light and turn it filled up the cylinder.
Well, it had to have happened down track, but it started in the burnout box. Mm-hmm. But what's weird is we didn't see. I mean, we ran water, straight water, no coolant, no like antifreeze. So water may not smoke like antifreeze does. So it may have been smoking a tiny bit, but I didn't see it because it would have been out of what, the driver's side or
Would have been
passenger side? No,
side.
passenger side. Oh, is that cylinder there? Yep. Okay. So yeah, it would have been out of the driver's side, and I was on the opposite side of the track. So I didn't have a direct view of the exhaust side of the our header. But I was watching for that every pass because I was concerned about the heads leaking water into the cylinder. And had I seen any water whenever he did his burnout and it stalled, I would have went we're done. Shut it off. But it didn't do that.
No.
So we learned something. We need to have one of each guy, at least on each side of the track, and keep an eye on it.
Know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Luke,
Yeah.
Luke,
No, right.
Luke was great. He
Yep.
was there and great, but neither me or him were even thinking about that.
I wouldn't, I would, now that I see that, that's a good.
But
something
and that's
to
why
learn.
when I started it up, I looked, I go, we have oil pressure.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of looked around and like, is anyone telling me to stop?
Right. No.
All right, I'm going.
So, you know what? We learned an expensive lesson. I mean, it's not cheap when an engine blows up. Fortunately, this explosion wasn't near as bad as what we thought it was would have been, considering we let all the smoke out of the engine.
Yep.
And we let all the oil out of the engine.
Yep.
and we were in the middle of the track. So
Phil Third says, so do we blame Belzona 1111?
well, you could maybe blame Belzona 1111, or you could blame the cylinder head guy. You know what I mean? I thought I packed enough of that in there, but Phil watched our little short, and you can see it blew out of the side of the port. Now, in my defense, there was no Belzona where that thing blew out, so it must have been really thin there. So that's my fault. I probably should have ground it back more and packed that with Belzona back there is what I should have done.
And then BNR Racing did it hydro lock at 7,000 RPM?
Yes, it did.
That's what Philip Third asked too.
Because that makes more sense now. And when I did the burnout, and because I always do the burnout and I let the car sit for a second. Mostly I'm shifting back up in the first, but I'm letting everything just kind of clear out.
Right.
And when it stalled after, because it was like, plup, plup, plup. And I was like, huh, that's weird.
That is weird.
I bet it fractured a little bit, just enough to where it let it know.
It probably
it
started
finished.
to crack.
Yeah.
You know.
So then, it took a minute for it to start, but I also was like, well, I'm not going to try to flood it either.
Right.
So I just pushed the pedal down. I didn't pump it. I just pushed it down, and it fired up.
Right.
So if it's not light in water, because you can't burn water,
Right.
that could be why I thought.
And
well, maybe I
obviously,
flooded
it didn't hydraulic. Excuse me, at that point in time, because if it had,
you wouldn't have started.
you wouldn't have got to start it back
Right.
up. So, and we didn't see any water coming out of the exhaust when you did after the burnout. And
Nope.
I watched even when you staged the car and you brought it up against the converter. I watched, and there was no smoke.
Right.
So I'm thinking that it started to occur.
Right.
But we
There
didn't.
wasn't enough water at that time, though.
Yeah, we just didn't see it.
Because
And,
like I said, whenever I was bringing up to 4,000 RPMs, it was kind of weird. But at the same time, though, I thought that was mostly me.
yeah.
Because
Well, you don't have enough experience yet.
Well,
so.
and that car revs so nicely
Yeah.
that whenever I was like, okay, I'm giving it some gas, and went whoa, up to 45, and I was like, okay, let out a little bit, and it dropped down to like 38. So I
Right.
put more gas on, and then took it up. I was all over the place, but I finally got it somewhat close to 4,000 RPM.
Right. Well, so we learned a lot, and it's. Thank God I didn't get in the car because my son tried to talk me into going on that pass.
See what you did? Yeah.
Then I would have got blamed.
That's right. I'm like, oh, see, I raced all weekend, Dad.
Yeah, I did blow it up.
So BNR Racing, does it need fiberglass mat in the intake port?
I don't. You know what? I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that yet. We were just discussing that before we come on camera here, and one option is maybe fill the head solid. Don't put any water in it. Or another option is I dig all that epoxy back out of there, and we fill up around the intake ports with epoxy. I've got a real nice. It's not like hard block, but it's a block filler, but it dries or cures like a polyurethane almost. And but it's real hard. It's like acrylic actually.
Ooh, so if you filled that up all the way, that means we can make the port bigger.
Well, I think our port's big enough. But
I don't know.
But the only place I'd like to make the port bigger would be at the push rod, and we can't because I don't have enough offset rocker. So yeah, so we're stuck with what we got. But anyway, if I do that with the epoxy, and fill that up around the bowls in the intake port. I don't really care about the exhaust so much because I didn't blow through on those. But we might be able to fix it that way. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet. Now that I know what the problem was and where it occurred and why it occurred, we need to, now I need to address the solution to fix the problem. But the good news is our crankshaft, it effed up the rod journal, ain't no doubt.
Yep.
You can see where it tried to compress water and it could not. It took probably a 1/4 inch off that rod journal.
And actually, believe it or not, I think the crank handled it very well.
There is no doubt for a Chinese crank, that thing is incredibly good shape. And all the rest of the rod bearings and main bearings look great. It was just that one rod. It just, it's ugly.
Well, and the rod next to it.
Yeah, well,
But
did it
that's
hurt
to
the
be
bearing on
expected.
that one?
Yeah.
Did it? Okay.
And it bent the rod.
Well, yeah, well, that other rod smacked that other. Yeah, on its way out, it gave it a little kiss.
Yep.
Yes, it did. Whichever.
Yeah. It says, I love
Debris.
you, but I'm out.
I still can't believe that means that cap shot off its own way and went out the smaller hole on the passenger side of the oil pan.
Yeah.
Because it sat right on top of the steering linkage.
That's crazy.
Right on top. The
So
guy
it went through the oil pan and landed on the steering linkage.
if like someone just went, I'm going to put that there for a little bit.
Right.
And the connecting rod it came out of the engine so hard, it's literally, it's like a bullet penetrated the frame.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get it. It's stuck in there.
It is stuck in there. You can't
It's
get it
stuck
out.
in there. We'll get some video clips of
It's
trying to
almost
get
like
it
we
out.
had nitromethane in the engine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what happens when you try to compress liquid. It don't happen, especially at 7,200 RPM.
Yeah.
That's just nuts.
And here's the head gaskets. Now, this is the one where it smacked it, so you see.
Oh yeah, broke the fire ring away.
Yep. But other than that, it looks fine.
Yeah,
I
the
was
head
saying,
gasket did not blow. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but these head gaskets look freaking amazing, actually.
If it wasn't for the fire ring getting blown off, we could reuse them.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's not good. You know,
What is the rod made of? What is the rod made of?
the rod is 4340 steel.
Say it's
So it's Eagle's H-beam 4340, and it has their 8740 rod bolt in it, which honestly, the rod bolts would have been fine. I'm not, you know what? I'm no longer afraid of the connecting rod or the rod bolt. Till I knew what was going on, I was concerned about that, but I don't care if you had an L19, a 2000 series, or that new CA 625 in it. It's going to break a rod bolt with the conditions that it had seen. So, you know, I'm actually very, very pleased that the engine endured such a catastrophe and did not really hurt itself that bad.
No.
I mean, yeah, it broke a rod. Don't get me wrong, that's bad. And it poked a hole in the oil pan. That's bad.
Yep.
But it
could've
didn't
been
hurt
way
the
worse.
block. It could have been way, way worse. We could have destroyed the cam, the lifters, the push rods. I've seen it whenever an engine blows up, it can take out everything.
And where it happened at, it could have been way worse. I could have put the car on the wall.
Yeah, you could have got some oil under a tire, and you could have smacked the wall at 100 mile an hour.
So it could have been a lot worse.
Yes.
But also, it went smooth. I mean, for what car you had, I thought we would have any other malfunction of something because we didn't check something because it's been sitting so long. So
Well, you
that's why
guys
I
did
was
a
like,
pretty thorough job.
We
of checking
did, but
everything.
you know how it is. It's like we were in a pinch. We were in a hurry. We were trying to get to the track. We did a good job. I mean, you did a good job. It happened.
Yep.
So-
no, it is what it is. This is racing, guys. And you know what? I tell my customers whenever I build an engine for them, if you guys can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Do not build one of these because they're gonna break.
Yeah.
And it's usually stupid stuff that it ends up being. And it could be because of user error. It could be because of a cheap part that failed. Not necessarily a cheap part. Let me rephrase that. A part that we don't know there's a defect in that failed. It could be a number of things, you know. And sometimes human error comes in. It could be that, you know, somebody forgets to torque a connecting rod bolt. Or I've had engines come in my shop that literally had no piston rings on the pistons, and the guy can't figure out why his engine won't start. That's crazy, but I've had that happen. I've had guys come in and they have the snap rings for the wrist pins on one side of the piston, but not on the other, and the wrist pin comes out and it's digging in the cylinder wall and dug a hole in the cylinder wall. I've had what else have I had? I've had the connecting rods on backwards on the crankshaft. You got a chamfered side and you have a flat side. The two flat sides go together. The chamfered side goes out on the crankshaft. And the reason is because Pontiacs are different than Chevys, and if you take it to a Chevy engine builder, and I'm not picking on those guys, but they're not familiar with us Pontiac guys, if you don't get those connecting rods on the piston right, you're going to tear up a crankshaft and bearings or a connecting rod. I mean, I've seen so many things through the years that I've been doing this, and honestly, this is the first engine that I've ever blown up like this, ever. We've never blown one up like this. I've had one customer that with factory connecting rods was doing 8,000 RPM burnouts in the titty bar. I don't know if you remember him or not.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And he brings me his engine and he tells me it's my fault. And so we tore this thing apart, and his connecting rod turned into a freaking buzzsaw, and it just tore up everything, and including the oil pan, the block, everything. So anyhow, I says, you know what, we're going to pull the pan off while you're here. We pull the oil pan off. The connecting rod's still attached to the crankshaft, and we unbolt it, and the bearing looks brand new on there. I said, I didn't do anything wrong. And then I didn't know why the connecting rod broke. I just told him, well, we just had a bad rod. It happens. Well, then his buddy come in about a week later and says, hey, you know, and I'm not going to mention his name because he's a friend of mine. And he goes, you remember what he told you you suck because you built his engine wrong and he blew it up? I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, well, did he tell you that he was every weekend doing 8,000 RPM burnouts in the titty bar parking lot? And I said, nope, he didn't tell me that part.
Yeah. And it wasn't like for a second. It was like minutes.
If you know this guy, it's like we're 8,000 RPM from end to end, back and forth around the building and doing donuts.
He literally goes to the junkyard. He has a crappy set of Pontiac Rally 2 wheels. And he goes to the junkyard, gets used tires, and puts them on the car just to do it.
Oh, that's a different customer.
Oh, that's another one?
Yeah, that's a different one.
Hey.
And he tests my engines to the max. I mean, you know what? That's another customer tests my engines, and he's never blown one of my engines up. Only that guy I just talked about, and you.
Yep.
But you know what? It ain't you, son. It was just.
Oh, just wait till we get this back together.
Yeah. No. You ain't blowing it up again.
Well, I mean, we gotta build it better.
Gotta win.
Yep. We're gonna come back better and stronger. So go ahead.
No,
Jason.
you go ahead. I was just going to read some comments, so you keep on going.
Well, what I was going to say is that, you know what, it wasn't engine builder assembly problem. It was not my son's error. If anybody could be blamed, it's going to be me, because I didn't grind the port back far enough and put enough epoxy in there. So I take full responsibility for this. Of course,
mark
I'm
that
the one
on your
paying for it
calendars,
anyway.
everyone.
Well, shit happens also. It was
yeah,
just one of
shit
those
happens.
things.
Yep, it is what it is.
Well, again, I mean, we're going to do a full in-depth. I mean, we exposed a lot of this head already so far.
Yeah.
We're going to go into a full depth preview of what this head is all about. And we were going to do that anyways, but
Right.
we were hoping to not have this happen. We were hoping to have, a season-ending teardown just to check everything over type of thing. But we are going to go in depth over this head, and you guys are going to see how much material is taken out of these heads.
Oh, there's literally hardly any iron left in this head at all in the bowl area on the intake side. The exhaust side I didn't touch, but the intake side, it's pretty much all.
Yeah, but
epoxy.
you ported the exhaust side back in the.
Oh, back in the 80s, yeah. So I didn't need to touch the exhaust side.
Right, it's already, but it has been ported. It's not factory
it's not
or just
stock.
cleaned up.
Yeah,
it's
not
been
stock.
ported.
But so this head was kind of like the prototype for my new heads that I'm coming out with. The intake port design and the exhaust port side and everything is kind of like what I designed my new cylinder head. And so that's why I wanted to put these on our car and get some data so that I could tell people what my new cylinder heads are going to do.
Well, that and with the intake that we're working on as well.
Yeah, we got a new
And
intake.
Let me just say, it's going to work well. Mm-hmm. Because we didn't even tune the car. I never drove the car. I haven't been even that fast in a car driving it. I mean, I've been that fast in a car with my dad, but I've never drove a car like that before. So I'm pretty sure
For the first,
if it didn't
first,
happen,
first.
it wouldn't have happened to Pontiac Nationals. But if we went to Quaker or something like that a couple of weekends, we would have that car in the 1050s.
Oh, it's going to go quicker than that. I think that by
Well,
the
I'm
time
saying with just simple, with me getting more seat time and just a simple tune.
Oh, there ain't no doubt. There's no doubt. We didn't have enough timing in it. When we pulled the plugs out, the timing was way low on the engine. The air fuel mixture, we were a little bit fat there, which I did that on purpose because I didn't want to hurt the engine. But anyway, we had a little fat. So there's probably another 30, 40 horsepower in tuning on this car. And then, like my son's saying, figuring out the launch RPM, the shift RPM, what the car wants. You know what I mean? We didn't get a chance to adjust tire. We didn't do anything.
Nope.
We literally just raced the car all weekend. Didn't touch the engine. Didn't touch the driving line. Didn't touch nothing.
Nope. It was a fun weekend until that happened. Then after that, it was really fun because we just drank.
Yeah, well, it wasn't having Sunday, so
Yeah.
you know what? I loaded up and went home.
Well, I mean, but all in all, I'm glad it happened on Sunday.
Yeah, me too. You got to have a lot
Yep.
of fun that weekend.
Yep.
That was awesome, and we got to meet a lot of our viewers, and
Yes.
so you know that was fun too.
That was a blast.
We had a lot of good friends and people come by and say hello, which thank you guys.
Yep. And the thing of it was, what I loved about the whole thing was we got to meet our viewers. I got to race. We had no stress other than I had a bunch of people watching me,
Yeah,
but I didn't care.
but you did good. You did real
but
good.
Jason and I, we got the shakedown doing our little system that we had going on.
Yep.
I mean, and,
Unfortunately, Jason couldn't be there Friday, but
No.
he came Saturday and Sunday.
well,
I was there Friday,
he
but
was there
not
Friday, but
Sunday.
not, yeah.
Or
Sunday, it was, I don't know what happened.
He showed up Friday a little bit later. I did 2 runs when he was on his way out.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so
So what we're going to do is we're going to get this thing all back together. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do to the cylinder head to fix what's going on here. Obviously, this is something that I probably would not do for a customer. I've repaired cylinder heads with Belzona, but when I say repair, we've blown through a port and we got a hole maybe that big, and that's easy to fix.
yeah, not that big.
Yeah, we're not talking about a whole bowl. So, and we're not talking about smoking stuff either. But anyway, that being said, you know, this is a learning thing for me, and I only learn with my stuff. I don't learn with my customer stuff, and this is. I'm actually not disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all. I think that I can fix these heads, and we're going to be able to race with them again.
Yep.
And I honestly believe once we get this all screwed together and dialed in, I really, really honestly believe that we're going to be in the 9s with the car.
That'd
It's
be
probably
awesome.
going to run 980s, 990s.
I think if we get it to 980s with it being tuned or whatever, if we start playing with the suspension on it a little bit, and it hooks now, obviously. If you guys look at that picture that I posted on my Facebook page, I'll grab it in a minute. But
It's picking the front end up
it's
too
picking
far.
it's picking the front end too far, but it's getting traction. We just need to dial in the suspension a little bit better,
so we can come out
Yeah.
instead of raising the car up.
Right.
So, because when you raise the front end up, you're wasting energy and you're wasting time.
Yep.
And
It
believe it
looks
or not,
cool.
it does look cool, but it's probably killing 1/10 of a second.
Right.
So we want to get rid of that.
So I think if we get in the 960s, 950s, oh, that would be awesome.
For a 3,700 pound car, that's
Oh,
pretty
that's
good.
astonishing.
And
I
that's
mean,
not-
and a
Right.
and a factory iron head.
Yeah.
You know, it's not factory anymore because I ported the shit out of it, but it's a factory casting.
right.
So, but yeah. So you said we got some questions?
Yeah, so I want to go back to BNR Racing's. He said dry deck it. E85 or methanol to cool it.
Yeah, we could do something like that.
Heat, evaporation.
I
of
want to do it
alcohol.
on gasoline though, but now I sound like Ed Page. But but that's what I want to do. I want to do it on pump
Oh,
gas.
and that's another thing, guys, too. We ran 93 octane with only a 10% race fuel added, just to keep detonation down.
And
Yep.
we still have.
And we still have 5 gallons,
Yeah.
Close
so that's
to it.
about a 7.5 gallon.
and the
tank.
tank's still halfway full too.
Yeah. It didn't really use a lot of fuel, but I mean, we only made what 6 or 7 passes.
No, 8 passes.
8
8
passes,
passes?
the ninth one blew up.
So typically, whenever I raced before with those heads, I would use about 1.5 gallons of fuel a pass. And so if you would have went 8 passes, that'd have been 10 gallons of fuel. Did we use 10 gallons?
No.
Oh, good. So it's a little more fuel efficient too.
Yep. No, I would say we used, there's 4 there. There's probably another, we used probably close to 7.5, 8 gallons.
Quick, somebody do the math on that. How many miles to a gallon is that? How many
Right?
gallons to a mile?
Quarter mile.
Yeah. So if I used 10 gallons and I made 8 passes, that's 10 divided by 8 is what?
1 point something.
So 10 divided by 8 is 1, and then 2 left over.
Yep.
And so that would be
5
2
gallons in a
more.
mile.
So 1.2 gallons or 1.2 miles. Yeah.
Philip the third.
5 gallons to a mile.
5 gallons to a mile. That's awesome. So yeah, it's actually a little over 5 gallons per mile. But yeah,
Yep.
but yeah, so that's cool, you know. But yeah, we learned a lot. My son had fun. The car works really, really well. We got some things we want to play with. We are going to fix the engine. We're running out of time this year,
Yep.
and I've got my schedule right now is just packed. I mean, I got so much stuff going on.
Well, I was just talking to Jason about this. It was this week, I think it was. Because Jason is like, "Oh, when are we going racing? When are we going racing?" I said, "I'd love to go racing, but I don't think my dad's going to get it fixed in time
Yeah.
because we're running out. We only got maybe 6 more weeks."
Yeah, unfortunately, we live in Ohio, and our weather here is running out fast.
Yep.
And that's my busy time. So
And
August, October.
Yep.
So I'm not going to push to get it going again. We're going to fix it right. Do some videos on the stuff that we have. But more so, Jason and I, we're going to get the car in the garage, and we're going to fix a lot of things that I personally want. It's nothing wrong with the actual car. It's just personal preference things.
Go
We
over
want to
things
build a
better.
dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to build a dash.
We want to. That's the thing too. Like Brandon, we got to get the tack. It's just not in the right spot.
Yeah, we got to get our gauges in the right place, and we got to get the right gauges in the car.
Get the wires cleaned up.
And then we
stuff
get
like
the
that.
wiring straightened out and put it in looms and make it more neat. And then the other part of that is too, the control panel's kind of all cattywampus, and we need to fix that.
We're going to change a lot of things to where it's going to be mainly for me because I'm going to be mostly driving the car. But I have a feeling if I get my dad in the car, I'm going to have to wrestle with him. And right now I outweigh him so I can throw him around a little easier. But I'm going to make it so that way we can reach everything on the dash. There's going to be a kill switch inside the car. You can see the tack better. We're going to add more gauges. And so it's going to be a lot of stuff like that. And we're going to put lights on all the switches too. So that way if they're on, we know they're on.
Right.
Take the tires off. Check suspension. We're gonna
Yeah,
check
we're going
the
to do
brakes
brakes. Yep.
because you said it has having a little bit of holding back issues. So, but
So there's a lot of work we have for this
And we
winter.
want to change the hood scoop too.
Yep.
And we got to fasten the hood down because
Yep.
I don't know if you guys watched the video or not as in-car drive or ride, but the hood's literally coming up that far in the back.
Yeah.
So we got to fix that. And you know what? That's slowing us down. If you don't have the hood against the carburetor, then what's going to happen is for one thing, you're not going to get the forced air from the hood scoop. And
Right.
the other thing is going to happen is it's pulling it away from the plate, so it's going to actually restrict airflow.
Right.
So there's a lot of things. There's a
And when
lot
did
of
it,
things.
at a certain point, start pulling fuel out of their fuel bowl or out of the ventry?
Well, it will, but what we're going to do, we'll fix that. I got a
Okay.
solution for that too. So, There's lots of things we got to do. There's lots of things we got to do, but we're getting there. And for the first time out, and first time him in a car that fast, I mean, he adapted pretty quick. He went
Natural.
down. The first pass, I told him, I said, take it easy, son. I don't want you to, bite off more than you can chew. And he made a pass, and he comes back, and he said, Dad, the car goes straight. I said, all right. And then the second pass, what did you run?
Second pass, I think I ran 11 flat.
Yeah.
That's
so he ran it out like 3/4 track.
Yep.
And then I said, well, you feel comfortable. Run it out the back door, and he did.
Yep. Yep, and that was... No, that wasn't on training break yet.
No, you didn't do that till like
Saturday.
the 6th or 7th pass.
It was Saturday I did that.
Yep.
And that's only because you guys need to get on YouTube and watch. Somebody's got to do it from Mike Rowe, the Mike Rowe guy that does dirty jobs. He went to Roy Hill's drag racing school. And he even said the same thing I said. When you're using a trans brake, it goes against everything that you were taught how to drive a car. And whenever I use that I love the trans brake now. But whenever you first use it, you're like, I don't know. I don't trust it.
Well, you're pointing down track and there ain't nothing in front of you.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that you're like,
it's against all your nature.
Your body's fighting it. I knew nothing bad was going to happen.
Right.
It's just my leg was like, no, I'm not supposed to come up.
Don't take your foot off the brake. Don't take your foot off the
Right.
brake.
So, you're fighting that urge the whole entire time. And come to find out, the letting go of the button
That's all natural.
affects how fast the car launches too.
Yeah.
And I also found out, I looked up it a little bit, it also affects, I got to learn how to stage that car and then get into the trans brake. You get into it too early,
Yep.
you have transmission burn down.
Yeah.
And the torque converter starts slipping.
Yeah.
So you can't be doing that either.
You don't want to overheat your tranny, that's for sure.
So, I'm learning a lot, but I just need more seat time.
Right. I thought you did really, really well. And you even had a 001 light, didn't you?
Yeah, a rolling start light.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Somebody busted your chops online.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Yep.
When is that legal?
Hey, it's like in baseball. If you stand all the way in the back of the...
They get a lead off.
Well, no, if you stand all the way back in the batter's box, you get a 0.2 to extra timing.
Yeah.
So I staged far back enough to where you staged far back. I didn't break the beam.
Yeah.
So you get to roll a start.
And you nailed it.
Yep. And that was the first time I used the training brake.
It's like Happy Gilmore whenever he went golfing.
Yep.
Found out to slap one and make it work.
Yep. Well, that was the first time that I used the training brake, and that's what happened.
It just kind of rolled.
It just kind of rolled, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
That worked out perfect, though.
Yeah, it did, because I mean,
So you
couldn't
need
get
to
a better
master
light.
that because
I
you know
do.
what? You did a great job.
I know.
I don't think that was even your first. I think you were still you weren't even pushing that max when you started. You said
No.
screw it. I think that was your third hit. That was the first
He
time.
wasn't bringing up against the converter
No.
at that time.
Nope.
Because you're like, I'm going to use a training brake. I'm like, you're going to do it? And you did it. And honestly, you did good. I mean, it was awesome that you...
So another thing we got to do, too, is we got to get the tack where I can see it because he did a great job videoing, but I couldn't see the tack, and I
Yeah.
can't tell if the converter's flashing high enough.
Right.
So if we're got to shift this thing at 7,000 RPM, we're going to have to probably have like around a 5,800 to 6,000 stall converter.
Yep.
And right now, we don't have that.
Nope.
So I want to see where we're at.
And the beautiful thing, thank you, Joe Camp, again for a beautiful car. It's perfect.
It
But
works
Joe
great.
Camp actually set us up. We have a brand new torque converter in the race car trailer,
Yep.
and he left us the 6,500 stall one, which is almost brand new.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think that one is brand new. He just had it reflashed. And then, of course, the one you
Well,
just
no,
bought.
this is the one that I got you.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
that's
yeah,
the BT.
the other one's sitting on
yeah.
top of my engine.
Yeah. So we got converter choices.
Yep.
I think we got a 55. I think that one there was 5, and then hopefully we got something that's around
We got
6,000.
6,500. That's the one that was in
Yeah.
it.
Yep, that'll be good.
And then he was there to give you try to
Yep.
help you with
And-
that.
and he
Joe,
gave
you
me
know what?
pointers.
Joe was having a good day
Oh,
too.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
having fun.
He was
And
smiling
I'm
as much
so
as
glad he
Brandon.
came on Saturday.
Yeah, right. Well, he was there Sunday too, but he was on the show car side.
Ah, okay, good. Hopefully, you didn't see it. But no, and I appreciate. I mean, Joe told me what he could remember with the car because you got to remember, Joe didn't race the car since 2019.
Was it 19 or 18?
19.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a while.
So no, I mean, it was a blast. I had a lot of fun. I am not. I shouldn't say I'm not scared of the car. I respect the car.
Yeah, I'm empty.
I respect the car, but I'm not as worried as I was the first time I went down the track.
We'll see what he says whenever he's running 950s
Oh.
at 140 mile an hour.
You will have to wrestle me then. That is the time I have always wanted to run. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. Ask Jamie.
You go 950s at 140 mile an hour or 140. Thank you, sir.
Honestly, I don't feel that difference as in.
Well, you know the thing about it is, in the quarter mile, you're only at that 140 or 145 for like that fast. You know, when you're going through the traps, you're gaining speed on it, but you're still doing over 130 mile an
Yeah.
hour.
And
If
honestly,
you ever look out the window one
oh,
time.
I did. At my best pass, I looked out the window, and that's when I go, well, I am moving.
Yeah.
Because you look at the trees, and the trees go, and you're like, holy shit. But that car drives so nice that literally I felt like I was driving down the highway.
That's good.
Like, I felt like I can just go like this and just do.
And it lifts, I think, damn near even because according to that picture, you might
yeah.
be just a little bit up. I mean, the driver's side's off the ground, but the other tires maybe that.
Yep.
But it just was just at the point of letting go of that brake.
Whoever set that suspension up or built that suspension did a nice job.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no
they
doubt.
did a very good job.
Yep.
So, well, we had fun. We're going to get some more. We're going to get a lot of fun out of that car
that's
next
a
year.
411 gear in that car?
Yeah.
That's 411 rear end gear.
Yep.
And then,
And we're only trapping. You know, look like you're only trapping like 62, 6,300.
yeah, no, it's
So we
around
might
that,
need
yeah.
to put more gear in the car too.
Yep. Richard Unteresch. Is it
Untersee.
Untersee. Untersee. He said the first time he went 830s, it was an eye opener. Now that I can see.
Oh yeah.
Because you're
well, he's
doing-
got dragster and it hauls ass.
Oh well, that's even different because now you don't have the whole body around you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're literally in the open like a motorcycle.
Yeah. And 830s, you're doing what? That's like 190.
No. 830s is probably around 160.
Oh, okay.
Because our blue car, our tube chassis car, it went 860s at like 152 or 153. Might have been 154. I don't remember.
I
now.
just looked away and it went off.
Well, it was a lot easier for me to just go around and do it. But still, I mean that's a whole 2 seconds faster than what I went.
yeah, 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, 2.5
That's
seconds.
fast.
So
That's fast for a quarter mile.
that's 160. So
Yeah. Yep, 160 mile an hour, and you were doing 124?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot faster.
Yep. Which,
That gets your attention.
oh yeah, for sure. And I'm just playing dumb with the whole what could happen at the end of the track right now because I don't even want to think about it. What would happen at the end of the track if things got
Well,
ugly?
the biggest thing is, and you know, like I told you, do not get out of the throttle hard and hit the brakes because that's the worst thing you can do at the big end of the
Right.
racetrack. Ease out of the throttle,
Yep.
let the car settle down, then get into the brakes.
Yep. And that's what I did.
Yep. And if you do that, it shouldn't have any surprises.
Sometimes I think I waited a little too long.
Well, and
'Cause-
at Norwalk, there's not much shutdown area, and it's downhill.
Because there's a few times where I'm like, the front tires are going.
Again, you're used to that.
Yep.
I taught you how to do that on a go-kart.
Oh, yeah.
So-
And, driving through construction zones and everything else. So,
You weren't
Yep.
with me when we went to Michigan that one year, Uncle Paul.
no.
And we're slaloming at 80 mile an hour through the cones.
with a trailer.
Yeah, that was fun.
So that's
Poor Uncle Paul, he's sitting on the edge of his seat.
That's why I'm not trying to come off as cocky because I'm not trying to be cocky. But Ed Page or Eddie Jr. asked, "Was you scared?" And I'm like, "No, but ride with my dad. I'm actually in control of this car."
I'm always in control. Have I wrecked?
Well, no, but
Close.
I feel like you're going to.
I had a fast street car one time, and my wife used to get so pissed off at me because I would get up to 100 mile an hour and lay into it, and it would just start hazing the tires, and it would just start drifting like this. And she was scared to death. Of course, she's a passenger. She don't have any, she don't have a steering wheel and brakes on that side of the car. And boy, I used to get a freaking earful of that.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing, the car didn't even do that. It just went straight.
No,
That thing,
that was on the street. It wasn't at the racetrack.
Even at Norwalk does a very good job keeping traction on that track.
Oh, yeah.
But even whenever I got to the top end of the track, and because I was already 3/4, I let up a little bit, and then I punched it because I was like, well, and I wasn't expecting to like kick sideways or anything, but I thought maybe it would smoke the tires a little bit or something, something like that. No, it was like, I was like, oh.
Well, you got a big tire on that.
It is a big tire on the car.
You got a 1432 tire on that, so it's gonna hook.
So, I mean, the car hooks great. Even down track, it hooks great.
Oh yeah.
That's a good Pink's car.
Yeah. Well, most of the Pink's rides, they don't show the times up. Most of them are 10-second cars.
Yeah.
So you're right.
But most of them also run smaller tire, though, right? Because that's the rule with small tire.
Well, I think they have two classes. They got like a big tire and a little tire class.
But if someone goes, I'll give you links, I'm like, sweet. Because I'm going to beat you.
Right. Well, they're going to look at that car with a big tire. They're not going to give you a head start.
No, but... no, that car, honest to God, it drives perfect. It gave me no fits at all.
The other exciting thing is the intake that I'm working on right now. That thing is going to be a badass piece, guys.
Yep.
So I can't wait to do some more testing with that thing. I love it because it's shorter than a Victor. And but it's going to outperform the Victor. Whenever we get done with it, it's going to outperform the Victor. And right now it's ugly. It looks like a bunch Play-Doh. Yeah, it looks like Play-Doh because I use Belzona all over the outside of it. But
It's 6.5 tall deck height.
do you mean height from the floor?
Yep.
So we have a Victor here? We don't have a Victor here. What about your Performer RPM? It's on your engine, isn't it? Huh?
Luke has it.
Ah, so yeah, you don't have no intakes here.
That's why someone said something. Is that your 3D printed? Because it's covered in Bolzano.
Yeah, we covered it with both.
But if you pull up Summit Racing, they have on the Victor, Edelbrock Victor intake, it's
it'll tell you the
7
height.
inches.
Oh, it's 7,
Yep.
and that's 6.5.
Yep.
Okay, good. So, and then you know what? We didn't even get to really. I mean, we had a spacer on it. What
Yep.
did we have? Like a 1-inch spacer or 2-inch?
I think it was 1.5.
Where is it?
It's in the car.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
all
in the
right.
trunk.
Yep.
So
Well, yeah, I think
it was a
about-
super sucker though. So
Yes.
it might have been 2-inch.
It could have been 2
I
inch.
think it was almost 2
I know
inch.
it wasn't no 1 inch.
it
It
was
was 1.5 or 2
2,
inch.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
agree.
2-inch. So, but anyway, for the guys that have the hood clearance, they can run a 2-inch spacer on it. Actually, I'd like to make the plenum even a little bit bigger than what it is, but we're still working on it. We're going to see what we can do. We might blow that thing out sideways or something. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. All I know is right now I'm real happy with it, and it can support probably 700 horsepower as cast. We're not making 700 horsepower. Don't get me wrong. That's not where we're at. But I can tell from doing all the stuff that I've done through the years, I'm pretty sure that intake's going to support 700 horsepower.
So, Thump, I want to kind of recognize him because we haven't brought him read any of his. He said, I'm running a 2400 stall behind 871, blown 505 with 340 CFM E-heads. I think it needs a 325 or 3 gear.
You're probably going to need more converter.
Yeah.
That's nowhere near enough converter.
That's why I wanted to read that one.
Yeah, you're going to probably need like a With a blower, I wouldn't go on the street. If it's a street car, I wouldn't put more than about a 35 to 3800 converter in it, but you need more converter. I'd do that before I put gear in it.
Yeah, it'll wake that car up.
And then I don't know what he said. What he say his gear was?
He said he thinks it needs a 3/4 or 3, but he didn't say what gear he has in it.
Okay. Yeah, that's depending on your combo. 505 with a blower, it should be good to 6500 anyway. And if that's the case, then you're going to want right around a 35 to 3800 converter and probably a 373 or 410 gear.
373 if you're driving a lot on the street.
Well, if you drive, let's face it, a route style supercharger, you're not going to drive to California in it.
No.
So, I mean,
if you're driving a lot of local, though.
But you're not going to get on the highway much.
Well,
So you're going to do
yeah.
a lot of back streets and stuff. So 373 to 410 gear isn't going to hurt anything.
I just like the 373 gear on the street, period.
Well, that's a nice all-around gear. It
Yeah.
works really, really well. Depending on height of your tire, too.
Yeah.
We got a 32-inch tall tire with a 410 gear, and that knocks a 411 gear down to like 355, I think. So, tire height has a lot to do with it, too.
Big time.
So you got to think
lot of
about
it.
that, too.
So he's got a 350 in it now. He said too small, 671. It was getting 660 foots.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
On E85.
Yeah, he definitely. What kind of boost are you running?
Yeah, what kind of boost you running, Thump?
Because I was
Altus.
getting 1.4s and
Well, you
that
had
car.
your best is a 149.
Yep.
So we're going to work on that.
Yep.
Once we get the car back together, we're going to that 60-foot time is going to come down to like 128 to 130.
Perfect. Yeah, because I mean, I think I agree with you. It needs more RPM on the launch, and we work on the suspension. I think we'll get there, no problem.
Oh, I know we'll get it. We're going to get it in the nines.
No, that's one thing that we only messed with a little bit was the computer. You really didn't.
We didn't do
We
hardly
didn't really
anything.
go over that.
We didn't even have any chips to really do
Right,
anything with.
that's
so,
what Brady was saying.
yeah.
You pull the chip and it could have changed.
Which I'm going to talk the old man and getting some digital
We will.
adjustable.
Well, the other thing is, too, so there's more horsepower to be had with a different ignition system. Right now, we got an antiquated 6AL box. That's good for bracket racing and for the average guy. But when you're trying to look for more horsepower, we really need to go to a 7AL digital. And then we'll get the two-step that's digital, and then everything will be programmable.
And we do have the, I call it a three-step, but I don't know what they're actually called. So we do have the two-step in it for the burnout that's at a certain RPM.
Right.
And then we have the launch as well. And then the rev limiter.
Yeah.
And that's something new too.
So I don't know how to use any of that stuff,
Yeah.
so I didn't even turn it on. I guess if you turn the line lock on, it would activate.
It activates the two-step to bring it up so far against the
Right,
converter.
so that way
yeah.
I wouldn't over rev it during a burnout.
Right. Well, not during burnout, during launch.
No, the launch is controlled by the trans brake.
Right. That's what you just said.
But no, they have that one. This car has the burnout
Rev limiter too. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We have to read up.
But
on
you
that.
have to turn the line lock switch on.
Oh, okay. Line lock. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You said the trans brake. So.
Oh, sorry. Line lock
Yeah.
switch. Turn that on, and it'll activate it.
All right. Well, that's cool. So Joe did a lot of cool stuff to that
Yeah.
car.
Oh no, he did. Absolutely did. I just didn't know how to use any of it.
Right. And you got a little bit of information, but like I said, he said there's some more things I'm forgetting because I heard those words as he walked away. He said, but anything we got from him,
And I'm glad that Joe was happy to see the car out.
Well, Joe's going to be. I guarantee you, Joe. If we go to Quaker City, I'll let him know and he'll show up.
Yep.
right.
Because he enjoys that. And you know what? If we get the things so that all the problems are worked out, stick him back in the car and let
Right.
him have some fun.
Then you don't want to buy it back.
Well, he can't have it back.
No, it's too much fun.
Yep. That's a family heirloom, and we're going to keep that one for a while.
Yep.
So
That paint job on it is beautiful.
Oh.
yeah, it's a shame. Some of you guys know, we told you the story, but maybe some of you don't that are watching tonight. Joe, I built him a big horsepower engine. It was about an 850 horsepower engine. And what had happened was before he had all the suspension redone, he was, and then the car's always had it was back half, but it wasn't set up the way it is now. So anyhow, he put the engine in the car, and it was running like what we're running right now, 1070s, 1080s. And I told him, I said, Joe, I said, you need to freaking launch that thing. So he did, and I feel bad because he did. I mean, he launched it. He tried to launch that thing to the moon.
Yep.
What happened was he brought that car out at about 6,000 RPM because it was, you know, it's a 7,500 RPM deal. And anyhow, he stood the car literally on the rear bumper, and it's too damn bad nobody got any video of this.
Right.
And it came back down, and when it came back down, it must have landed on the left rear slick because it shot him over the wall, the outside barrier wall at Norwalk.
And it was a clean launch because it wasn't hurt.
Well, he tore up the quarter panel, and that one fender's tore up a little bit. And I mean, he tore it up a little bit, but because he made a clean launch over the wall.
He bunny hopped it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's how the tire got a little slice in it.
No. Them are new tires since he did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't that. No, we got a little scuff in our tire sidewall.
Yeah, we'll call it a scuff.
Hey,
That's
little
what
duct tape is fine.
That's what we'll call it.
Duct tape and super glue.
My son's all worried about this thing. I said, what's the
held.
worst thing that could happen? It's going to blow out.
That's right. At the end of the track,
But
doing
it held.
130
It
mile an
did.
hour.
Yeah, you're
It
good.
actually went up half a pound pressure because of the heat.
Yeah.
It was so.
And look at it, it's still holding air, and
It
the wind
is.
touched it.
Actually, when we put air in tires, put it up on the trailer, we took it out. We didn't add any air to the tires at all. We ran at 9.5 pounds.
Yeah,
And then
right.
all
as it
weekend.
got warmer, it just went up.
Yeah. So there's so many variables here that we can still play with. It's going to be fun.
Well, Joe did say that with 10 pounds that he ran better. And I was like, okay. And I was like, And I asked Luke if he had an air compressor or anything there. He goes, yeah, I got the little hand. I said, no, not with this big of a slick.
Well, no, it would have done it.
Yeah, for 25 minutes, I would have been sitting there holding it.
Well, you got a lot of volume, but you don't have a lot of pressure.
Right.
So, so you know, next time we go to Norwalk, they do have air over at the by the tires.
Oh, okay.
By
Yeah.
the tires.
You know what? I did see someone stop there with one of their little pit bikes.
Well, and I was going to put 10 pounds in it, but then I was like, I don't want to change too much.
It was hooking and going
Yep,
straight.
yep.
We were learning. We weren't there to try to get the max ET.
No.
That's all. We were there to
Yep.
have fun.
Yep, and that's why I didn't want to change too much. Not
Right.
like the timing and stuff like that. If you felt comfortable doing that, I was like, game for it.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to start doing suspension changing or tire pressure changing.
Well, we
or-
started out at what, 27 degrees total timing.
It was 28.
No, we bumped it up to 28.
I thought you bumped it up to 30.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's 26. You went 2 degrees up.
Yeah, I must have been at 26.
Okay.
So we were at 26 total, and then I said, you know what, let's bump this thing up a couple degrees, and I think you're right. We went 28.
Yep.
Because when I ran that head back in the 80s and 90s, I only ran like 29, 30 degrees total. And so that's why I started out at 25 or whatever we started out at, 26. I don't remember what it was. And that doesn't sound like a lot of timing, but it seems to work really, really well with that head.
Yeah, you wanted more.
And, well, yeah, usually most engines do. So, like your Edelbrock heads, they like 36 to 38. Most of your factory iron heads, they like 34 to 38.
So what do you think this one would be at? 32 after looking at the spark plug?
We're probably going to need to go up to at least 30. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was
So-
pretty low on the band.
And believe it or not, that can make 25, 30 horsepower difference just bumping the timing that little bit. So, especially as low as we are right now.
Yeah.
So, we got a lot of tuning to do.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
We can go fast with this car.
Yep.
Well, we got 5 minutes. Do you want to go? Well, not 5 minutes, but
Do
till
the
7.
reader's rights?
Do the
Well,
reader's
I
rights.
can't get the because I had some malfunctions going on with the whole screens and everything. It's not hooking up to this. My laptop's not hooking up with this. So
All right.
All right. Well,
So our IT guy's out to lunch right now, so
Yeah.
we have to invite him back next week.
yeah. But so So yeah, that's going to have to. We'll do a quadruple one.
A quadruple?
Yeah.
Quadruple?
Yeah, because we've only been putting it off for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been talking about race car mostly.
Yep.
So,
but please don't let that deter you guys from sending stuff in.
yeah,
Right, yeah,
yep.
no.
Please send your videos and pictures.
We'll take a little bit more time next week and we'll go over that.
But it looks like we do have some people sending us stuff, so that's good.
Because
Okay.
last week you didn't go over it down at camp, right? Because it was, or no, you did. a
No,
little bit.
we didn't.
No.
I didn't have the box with me at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were partying last weekend. We had the tailgaters from the Hall of Fame there, so
Yep.
Yeah.
that's a hell of a party.
Oh,
We had
yeah.
one week on busting rump, getting the race car done, going to races. Next week off, then go back to tailgating.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's been pretty busy.
Yep.
And then now we got a car show this weekend. So.
Yeah, we got a car show at the campground
Well,
this weekend.
you know, Octane Nights was tonight.
Yeah, so, yeah, I know. Because I let Brandon off early today so he'd go.
Oh.
So, yeah, him and DJ went. But, yep, so we had Octane Nights, which is a hell of a big show in
Huge
Ravenna,
car
Ohio.
show.
It started out little, but
Yep.
now they shut down all of Main Street through Ravenna. And it's a giant
wow.
car show. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know how many cars they have at the IX Center? They have about that.
Oh no, they got more than that. This show's probably 5 times as big as that.
That's true, yeah, because they filled the parking lots, they filled the road.
They fill up
wow.
all the grocery
I don't know
stores.
how
all
familiar you are
the,
with Ravenna or not, but so
it's
59,
on 59, yeah.
So 59 where it meets 14, all the way down to where the Giant Eagle is at.
Oh wow.
It's filled with cars in the road, and then every single parking lot has cars in it.
It's crazy
Never,
busy.
I mean, I've heard of it, but I never realized how big.
Well, I think last year they had, I don't remember what the car count was, but somebody watching probably
It was
knows.
over 1,000 cars.
Oh, it was like 5,000 cars.
I mean, it's nuts.
It's stupid big. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Mongoose Motorsports is the one that puts it on, but that's not Mongoose anymore. What?
Yeah, it's still my
Is
news.
it still
Yeah.
I thought it was called like Ultra
Unfortunately,
Sport or
Chris,
something.
that used to own it, he passed away from COVID.
Yep.
About 5 years ago, actually, right when COVID started coming around.
Yep.
And his wife, she graciously kept it going. And
Well, they sold Mongoose though.
no, they still have Mongoose.
Yeah,
It's still
but
called
it's
Mongoose.
Mongoose, but someone else kind of owns the name.
Something goofy happened.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
something
know.
silly like that.
I'll
But
find
it's
out.
still Mongoose.
I'll find out. But
Because I remember reading about it.
yeah, I don't. I think that what you're reading about is that the man that started it. had
Well,
died.
yeah, he passed away, but
Yeah.
then the wife tried to take over and she couldn't, so she sold it to like his best friend or.
Well, she tried to. I think she tried to make it employee owned. Is what happened.
Okay, yeah,
But-
something along those lines.
yeah, but I don't know if that worked out for her. Or not.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, she's. I can't remember her name. I think it's Tina, and I think she's there, and she runs the business now.
Oh,
and she does a hell of a good job.
Speaking of Tina, have you talked to the Tina that we?
Tina Price
Yeah.
with the Trans Am.
Yeah.
No, she didn't get to come this year. She did apologize. She's on Facebook. She
Okay.
doesn't really come. I don't think she watches our show. But yeah, she apologized because they had family things going on, and her health
Gotcha.
is right now kind of.
Well, I know
up
she
and
said
down.
she was going to try to make it.
Yeah, and she
that-
didn't get to.
And I know obviously she didn't show up because I know she would have came over and said hi.
Oh yeah.
Great people.
Yep. Her.
I
and
just
her
wanted to
husband,
make sure
George.
that she's okay.
Yep, she's still kicking.
Okay.
Yep, she's doing good.
Good.
I haven't seen anything with the race car. I haven't seen her or George's car out, but we'll get them back here. We'll get them back next year, hopefully. Hopefully her situation changes a little bit and she can show up. They got a beautiful toter home.
Oh yeah.
So,
Nice. Very, very, very nice setup.
Was that the couple that you were out one time on the GoPros helping them with their cars?
yeah, we
Yeah.
went to the
Yeah,
track
yeah,
at
they
Quaker
got a
City.
good toter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like my second best video I ever edited. The first one's the
Speaking of
Firebird.
next week, we're going to video the Ram Air 5 engine for Two Guys Garage.
What day?
I don't know yet. I'm dropping DJ's dropping the engine off tomorrow at the dyno. So it will be next week.
Okay.
And we have to video it because, and I asked them if they have an editor. They said, we get all the video, they'll edit it.
Okay.
All right. So what we will do is like over the throttle body. We'll do one from the side. We'll do one from the
Is it going to be
control
during the
panel.
week or?
It'll probably be during the week. Yes.
Well, because I got one more day of vacation left, so you have to let me know.
All right. Well, I'll let you know.
about
And
your
I
sick
need,
time?
I need, I do have 2 sick days left. But I'll need, 24 hours advance notice.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
maybe I'll take a sick day too.
There you go.
That'd be good if we need because I need
Oh
help.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So that way I can talk in front of the camera while you guys
And it's
work
going
on
to be
the engine or
Youngstown,
whatever.
so
Well, it's Lordstown.
Lordstown, but it's
Yeah.
Youngstown.
Yep.
So it's not.
So yeah,
we're not
so
going
you know
outstate
what?
or
We'll have
anything.
that video too. Hopefully, we'll be able to do some snippets.
Yeah, because
and,
I'll edit that video for us.
yeah, for sure.
And
oh
then
yeah.
we need to find out if we can show it before the TV show.
Yeah, I don't know about if they'll let
So
us
we
do
probably
that.
will have to wait on it.
Yeah,
And
right.
that'll be what, weeks maybe or more.
It might be months. I mean, I don't know how long it takes for
Right.
them to go from.
Richard goes cough, cough,
Yeah.
cough, cough, pause, not coming in. Yep. I got the dino flu.
What kind of flu is that? Never heard of that.
It's a real big. It gets me really excited.
No. It really, really overcomes you.
A couple guys trying to tell us to get to some events like Thump, but yeah, no, I think like Don said, we're going to take a little bit more time, do it right over winter time.
Yep.
And we
Yeah.
got more than one project going to be going on here, so
Well, we got the GTO behind us that my son's working on too, and so they're going to be getting the engine out of that. So, you know what? Maybe next week that's what we'll be doing. These guys will be pulling the engine out of the car or whatever.
Yep, it's almost there.
Yep. So we got that going on.
I was trying to have it for the car show at the campground this weekend, but things got in the way.
Yeah, that would have been cool if you
It
could
would
have
have
done
been.
that.
Yeah, I was trying.
that and I wasn't able to make it. Like I said, this is my busy time of the year from
Right.
August to October.
Well, just everything fought me on this car.
Well, the other part of the equation is too, guys. You know what? Think about our summer. You know what? This is the year, and we got this much summer,
yeah.
Yep.
and we got to cram in Norwalk, the tailgate party, the car show this weekend. We should have went to the Octane Nights
Yep.
tonight. The Good Guy show, the Blue Suede Cruise,
IX.
the IX Piston Power show. We got a lot to cram in.
I would
so-
like to see us go to another Norwalk event in next spring or something. Maybe not the spring warm up, but
We'll be able to
Maybe
once we
we-
get the car done.
Maybe we can do a little test tune and do something like that. Because I don't know any street right now. You can do
I
a
really
test
want.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to get it on chassis dyno.
Quick-
Once we get the
Oh
shop
yeah,
back up
definitely,
and
yeah.
running.
Quaker City I know is close to us, but I really like to go out to 42.
We're going to go to 42.
I've never raced at 42.
You're actually closer to 42 right now than I am.
Yeah, right now, yeah. Yep.
So,
Philip Thurst said move to Florida.
Yeah, he's trying to get us to go to his event.
well,
He
we
said-
got Mark Marshall. He wants us to move to North Carolina.
Yep.
Or
and
South
then,
Carolina, I think
Thumper
it is.
wants us to move to Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
no.
yeah. We're going to be doing a lot of traveling, it
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like. That
Yep.
trailer ain't big enough. You know
No.
what? We need to get a fifth wheel so we can have about a 40-footer,
Yep.
and we can put a sleeper
We
up
need
front.
to get the Big Red running,
Yep. Get
and
Big
then
Red
add
running.
a double decker to this trailer, so that way we can put the.
Well, we can hook that behind the fifth wheel.
There
you
you
think
go.
that's legal?
Yeah, hell yeah! I see. I don't think
If we have a trailer hitch on the fifth wheel,
Yep.
and Big Red, and we pull the fifth wheel, and then we put that behind it, and we put a trailer hitch on that, we can have a pop up.
Hey, you don't follow rules, and I seen you sell ice cubes to an Eskimo, so I ain't worried one bit.
Yeah, I ain't scared.
So, and then hence,
Well, we'll
guys,
just
why
soup
I
up the
wasn't too
brakes.
worried
I
about
know-
driving
I
the
know
car.
The Silver or the GMC will pull.
My dad's been training me for this for my whole life.
Did we ever tell them the story about the time we got stuck on the berm or the medium?
Yep.
We did tell 'em?
in the minivan. Yep.
Oh yeah, that was big fun.
Yeah. I mean, I was having fun, but I was also young enough to not realize how dangerous it was.
What about the time we took your one girlfriend Laura for a ride, and I was driving down the wrong side of the road?
Yeah, through the construction zone. Oh my God. Even my mom goes, "You're on the wrong side of the road." I am? There's people literally sitting in front of my dad waving a flag going, "No, no." My dad's jumping through dirt.
We made it.
Yeah.
You're still here, right?
And
That's
then,
right.
And then exactly, almost like Christmas Vacation, where Clark Griswold drives the station wagon off the road and does a jump into the Christmas parking lot, the tree parking lot. Well, my
lands.
dad did that onto the road, though, in front of a car. We're going through the dirt where they tore up the road, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I am on the wrong side of the road." And he busts a left, and we hopped the part where they tore the road up onto the road, and we're just driving like nothing happened.
You make it sound way worse than what it
Yeah,
was. Good times. You got good memories. See, son?
Yep.
And I wasn't even drunk.
No. Oh, good Lord.
All right, guys. What? We have any questions or?
No, they're just commenting how I'd move to Carolinas. I agree.
B&R
Jamie
Racing
said
wants us to go to the US 41 Morocco, Indiana.
Okay. Yeah, that
That's
ain't too
not
far.
far.
That's not too far.
Not too far. You know what? And this year, Brian, we're going to have to hook up at the PRI show. Next time, you're going to have to let me know you're going. So, we ran into you on the escalator. Was you didn't go with me?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't go this year.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we were coming down the escalator, or he was coming down the escalator, and we were walking through the lobby. I don't remember how it was, and we ran into each other.
Richard said Vegas is close. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get on a
it's only-
plane.
it's only a 3-day drive.
If you get on a plane, anything's close. There you go, Dad. Buy one of those old C-130s.
Yeah,
we'll load the race car in the back.
everything. We'll load the trailer and the race car trailer, or the race car and the truck in it.
Yep.
We'll fly in.
I just don't know. We'll have to hire a pilot because I don't know if I can trust you flying. I just know
After all that you've been through with me.
Trust me. That one scares me.
We're gonna make the gap.
Oh, he'll be
Son.
like, "You want to see Area 51? Sure, Dad. Why not?"
Now we got stealth bombers following us.
We're going to see Area 51 real close.
Yeah, all of a sudden the radio.
Yeah.
Make your purpose. Why are you here?
No, we'll be good. It'll happen. All right, guys. You know what? We joked around long enough tonight, but I wanted to share everybody with what happened with the engine and why it blew up.
Yep.
It wasn't my son's fault. It wasn't assembly fault. It was just we just had a failure. So, oh yeah, picture. You didn't show the picture?
Nah, just a digital file.
So right here's the picture. This is what. Woo,
Oh boy.
this is what Jason bought me.
Isn't that awesome, guys?
It's hard to.
It's got a glare from the light. There you go.
That is a badass looking race car.
Of course, the camera goes off.
Of course. But yeah.
Thank you very much, Jason. I love it. It's a very, very cool picture.
Nope. You know what? Your buddy Jason and his wife Heidi, that's awesome.
Yep.
So,
And that was the best pass launch.
yes,
Yes.
it was. And you can see there's big daylight under the left tire.
Yep.
The right side, yeah, you can't tell because of the angle, but I
Right.
think it's probably got daylight
Yeah,
too.
it's got daylight, not much, because when she pulled it up, she blew it up. She made sure I said, this is the fastest pass. Which one? And she goes, this one has the most lift.
The car
So-
looks like it's leaving even, so
Yeah.
I'll bet the tire on the other side has air under it, same as this one.
Yep.
But that's the problem we got. We got to quit picking the front end up that high.
Right.
I mean, it looks cool and it makes a great picture.
Well, believe it or not, the tire is only off the ground maybe an inch,
Yeah,
If
probably
that-
2 inches maybe.
but the travel it did to get the suspension that high was probably more
Well,
realistically
look
like
at the
10.
gap between the fender and the tire.
Right.
I mean, it's huge.
But when
Yeah.
you put the engine down, that thing drops like 4 inches.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if it was a little bit more stiffer, that thing it would be coming off. It had a lot of travel.
Yeah.
And look at the back. It's squatting in the back. It's
Oh, yeah.
covering up the edge of the slick. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So it's a gripping and a ripping. So
Nope, that's a nice car.
yep.
And then So we did touch base about shirts and merch. We're gonna do that.
Oh
We do
yeah,
have
you know
the
what?
digital
That's
file.
kind of my son and Jamie's deal. I'm so
No,
I'm so
you're
busy.
fine.
I
I
don't
think
have
I'm gonna
nothing to
help
do.
out on this, and we're gonna-
What we need you for though is we want to set up a.
I know you need me for the money.
No,
No.
no, we need you to. We need to figure out where we're going to get the funds to go to, and set up the website and all that stuff. Because I want to set up a DCI Motorsports Unleashed website.
Okay.
That way it goes with our page. And that way I can just direct everyone to there, and it's going to have cups and hats and shirts.
Well, you
and-
know what? You just said something that I would love to do. So something I've been wanting to do for a while now is I want to start a charity. Okay. And so what we could do is all our proceeds from the selling our paraphernalia, we can donate half of it to a charity, and maybe we can let the viewers pick a charity they like the most.
Or you can donate to a Brandon Johnston Firebird Project charity.
Hey.
It goes towards a great cause.
You got to give to receive.
I'm giving content.
Oh.
You buy me the parts, I will show you how to put them on.
And great products. Yeah, I think this winter is gonna be a lot of learning, a lot of new stuff.
We got a lot going on.
So
yeah.
we do have to, and I think I need more time. That's the time we're gonna do it.
Nope.
you know,
It's all good.
so-
We're all good, man. I tell you what, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
We're just growing. You know what? We're just starting to grow. We've really only been doing this for a little over a year, so.
Well, no, the channel's 2 years old.
Is it 2 years old?
Yep.
I didn't
Yeah.
think it was. Man, time
It's
flies.
time to step it up a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? Well, then you know what? He's going to have to get a G-string. Jason's going to have to get a bikini, and
That means I gotta shave my butt cheeks.
I don't care what you
Babe,
guys
I'm gonna have
do.
to borrow some of yours.
What? All right, guys. On that note, we're out of
All
here.
right.
Yep.
Good
All
night,
right,
everybody.
Be
Thanks
safe.
for
We'll
coming.
See you all next week.
Yep. We'll see you next week.